Hey guys, so I'm back with another favorites video. I know that I said I would try to do one every month, but the month of February was not really that exciting in terms of like the beauty products that I was using. I was basically kind of re-shopping my own stash and using a lot of like older stuff. There are some things that I did use in February that kind of made it over to March because I was using it a lot, so I'll include those. So this is kind of combined February and March favorites. I also want to apologize for any noise you might hear in the background because it's March, but it's 80 degrees right now in Boston, and so people are playing music outside and enjoying outside. So, and we live in a very kind of busy, college-y type area, so sorry about the noise if that's a little bit distracting to you, but I have a lot to show you, so I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm going to start with some face products first, and one of the things that I kind of rediscovered is the Origins Vitazing Moisturizer. This I bought a long time ago, probably like maybe like a year ago, and I used it for a little while, but I didn't think it was all that fantastic. I was like, oh, it's okay, but I probably wouldn't buy it again, that kind of thing. And for some reason, I decided to use it again. I found it in my drawer, and it's actually really, really nice. I don't know if it's like just playing well with the current skincare I'm using, or if my skin was different back then, but it's an awesome moisturizer right now. It's energy boosting moisturizer with mangosteen, which is like a fruit or something. I don't know, it's supposed to be like energizing, it's supposed to revitalize your skin, and I feel like it does just that. It gives a little bit of glow. This moisturizer is a little bit different because it looks kind of whitish clear when you squeeze it out, but when you blend it into your skin, it's one of those color matching things. It kind of matches your skin, so it's slightly tinted. I haven't had a problem with this matching my skin, and it doesn't really oxidize or anything like that, so I have been enjoying using this again. Another new skincare favorite that I picked up maybe about a couple months ago is the new Garnier Skin Renew Miracle Skin Perfector BB Cream, and you might have seen the commercials on TV about this. I guess the States now are picking up the Asian BB cream trend, and this is Garnier's version of it. I know Dior has just come out with one, and I don't know, a lot of companies are putting out BB creams for the US market. So this one's actually not too bad in comparison to some other BB creams that I've tried that are the Asian brands like the Skin 79 or the Dr. Jart. This one is a little bit less moisturizing to me than the other ones. Like the other BB creams I could definitely just wear alone. This one I feel works a little bit better over some sort of moisturizer. Maybe like a lighter one, not so much a heavy one, because it does have some moisturizing properties, but since my skin is a little bit drier, I didn't think it was enough. And I also think it wears better and longer on your skin with a little bit of moisturizer underneath. I found that towards the end of the day, it started to get kind of, I don't know, I guess it kind of started separating, like you could actually kind of see some of the makeup on my face. So I suggest using something underneath it. If you have a little bit more oilier skin, you might not need it. But this one's actually not too bad. It comes light medium or medium dark. I don't have a problem with this matching to my skin. In fact, I think this matches to my skin a little bit better than the Dr. Jart one, because the Dr. Jart one is a little bit more gray and this one is a little bit warmer. So I do like this. In comparison to like the other moisturizer I just showed you, the Vitazing one, this one does have a little bit more coverage because it is meant to be more covering than this. So I kind of switch on and off using these over the last couple of months depending on what I feel like and how much coverage I want. And just going into skincare products, there have been a couple of products that I've been using over the last few months, and I didn't really want to review it or say anything about it until I really had a chance to see what these products have done for my skin. And so now I feel more comfortable kind of showing them to you. And one of them is the Lancome Genefique Youth Activating Concentrate, and it's in a glass bottle with a dropper top. You screw it open and you push the top, and this is what actually squeezes the product into the dropper right here. This claims to make a difference in your skin in 7 days, and Lancome is very generous about giving sample packets to kind of prove that. With one of my Sephora orders a long time ago, I put in a promo code type thing and it gave you the 7-day samples with my order, and I was very skeptical. I was like, 7 days, yeah right, but I was actually very surprised. I think by the 3rd or 4th day I started noticing a difference in the texture, the smoothness, the softness and firmness of my skin, and I just thought it was incredible. So I finished using the sample packets, which by the way, I tore open the sample packets and put it into like a sample jar, because there's actually quite a bit of product inside the sample packet, and they say to use it twice a day, so you're basically using half the packet in the day and half a packet the night. But this serum is pretty liquidy and thin, so that is a lot of product. So if you put it in a sample jar, it'll last you much longer. So that's what I did, and I've been using it for a while and definitely have noticed the difference in my skin. Definitely looks so much brighter, it's so much softer, and I definitely recommend trying this, and definitely go to your counters and get the sample packets, because it doesn't even hurt to try. And like I said, Lancome is pretty generous with giving you those sample packets so that you can actually try it for yourself. The other thing that I added on top of using the Genefique is the Uemura Red Juvenis Vitalizing Retexturing Emulsion. And I use this like a moisturizer. Unfortunately, it does not have SPF in it. I just love what this, in combination with the Genefique, has done for my skin. Those two products together have really transformed the texture of my skin. It's not as dry, flaky, it's not so dull looking. I just feel like there are days where I can go with absolutely no makeup. I was actually in Nordstrom a couple of days ago, and one of the sales associates over there stopped me and she was like, wow, like, what are you wearing for foundation, or what are you wearing for makeup on your skin? And I told her I'm actually not wearing anything today, and she was just so shocked. And I told her about these two products, and I don't know if she's gonna try them or anything like that, but so I highly recommend both of these products. If you're having issues with like the texture of your skin, definitely give these a try. So you know me and my dark under eye circles, I'm always trying to find something to hide them, to brighten up that under eye area, because it's a big problem area for me. And one product that I rediscovered, I have two products, one that I rediscovered and the other one is new. The one that I rediscovered is the YSL Touche Eclat, and this is probably my holy grail under eye circle concealer, and I don't know why I stopped using this, maybe because I was trying out other things and totally forgot about it, but this is an awesome under eye brightener. It also can highlight different areas of your face, such as like the bridge of your nose. I like to put some like around the corners of my mouth. It kind of makes your mouth look a little bit more poutier, and I like to use this like on the brow bone. It kind of gives like that lifting effect. I'm in the shade number 8. It's one of those clicky pens and has a brush tip, so I highly recommend this. It is kind of pricey. I believe it is $40 for 2.5 mils or 0.1 ounce, but I've had this forever and it doesn't seem like it's going to be running out very soon. The new one that I've discovered is the new Maybelline Touch Highlighting Concealer Pen, and it's the same concept. It has a brush end, but instead of a click pen that you push, this one you twist up the product, and you can already see I use quite a bit of it already. And this one has 1.5 milliliters or 0.05 fluid ounces, and this is actually an amazing highlighter, especially for the price. I don't remember off the top of my head how much I paid for this. This is pretty good for a drugstore product. I've been using it for like this entire week and I really like it. The only thing that that I like this one over this one is that this one blends a little bit better and it covers a little bit better. This one's more definitely like a highlighter. It's a little bit, I have the lightest color, which I believe is Ivory. Yes, it's Ivory. But the next step up is a little bit too dark. So I prefer a little bit lighter than darker, especially under the eye circle, under the eyes, because you definitely want to brighten that area. But in terms of the formula, it blends in really nicely. It doesn't crease at all throughout the day, and it just kind of melts into your skin, and you almost can't tell you have anything on at all. So I do like this. I am wearing it today. If you want a good drugstore highlighting pen, I highly recommend this. Oh, there's actually one more thing that I did rediscover for my under eye circles, and it's the Eve Pearl Salmon Concealer and Treatment, and my shade is in light. And you can get Eve Pearl on her website, or sometimes Outlook will have Eve Pearl on one of their flash sales. It looks just like this, and it's pretty similar to the Bobbi Brown corrector, except this one is a little bit more salmon colored, so it's a little bit on the pinkier side than on the peachier side. And this one goes on a little bit more smoothly, I think. It's not as thick and creamy as the Bobbi Brown one. I don't know why, I just decided to whip it out and try it again. I used to not like this one as much as the Bobbi Brown one, so that's why I was using the Bobbi Brown a lot more often. But I don't know if it's because the weather has gotten a little bit warmer or what, but I've been using this again and I really like it. And so I'll use this first and then use that highlighting pen on top of this for my under eye circles. Moving on to some more face products, but more for like your cheeks. I've been using the Maybelline Dream Bouncy blushes a lot over the last couple months, and I have 4 of these. This one right here is in Pink Plum, and then I have Fresh Pink, and then this one is called Peach Satin. And this is my newest one that I just bought recently. It's called Rose Petal. This one's probably my favorite one. And these are those blushes where like you push down and they kind of like, they don't spring back on you. They're just kind of squishy. And then the product's dispensed on your finger, and then you can blend it all out. And I really like these. At first I was skeptical about them because it was kind of a strange texture. I was like, I don't know what to think about these, but they're actually really nice. They go on pretty sheer, but you can build up the color a little bit. And I actually kind of like the fact that they're sheer because I don't like to have like, you know, crazy bright cheeks. I just like something to warm up my face a little bit after I put on my foundation and everything. So these are really nice, and especially for like a cream blush formula, they're probably one of the best I've ever tried. I actually like these better than my NARS cream blush or even my MAC cream blushes. And these are easier to use because they're not super creamy. They go on and they're not like a cream as you think like a cream. They're kind of powdery. And when you spoon it onto your face, it kind of goes on more dry than wet and creamy, and they're super easy to blend out on your cheeks. They last all day for me. I don't have a problem with them, but if you do need to touch up, it comes in such a nice, compact packaging, so you could throw it into your purse if you wanted to touch up. They're very affordable, very nice cream blushes. Another thing I've been enjoying using is bronzer over the last couple months. Especially with the weather getting warmer, I just feel like warming up my face. I've been using bronzer every day just to do a little bit of contouring on my cheeks, a little bit on the temples. These are new products to me. I've had them for a little while, but I share them with you anyway because they are my favorites. This one's the Tarte bronzer, and this one is in Park Ave Princess. This is the first bronzer I ever bought, and I was looking for a good bronzer for paler skin because my skin isn't that dark, and a lot of bronzers were just so dark and it looked very not attractive on me. This is a really great one if you have lighter skin. And this one's supposed to be waterproof. I don't have a problem with it fading or anything throughout the day, and it's not too orangey. I hate orangey bronzers. This one's really good. This one is also matte. There is a glittery version of this bronzer if you prefer something with a little bit more sheen or sparkle, but if not, then just go with this one. This one's matte. The other bronzer, which I've talked about before, is the Guerlain Terracotta bronzing powder, and this is the shade 01. This one's really nice because it's very natural and it's very buildable. So this one's great, especially like if you had a foundation that was a little bit too light for you, you can dust this all over your face just to kind of warm up the foundation so it doesn't look super light on you. I mean, that's how kind of subtle this bronzer can be, but then you can also build it up for a really dramatic contour if you wanted to. It is a little bit more expensive, but it's one of the nicest bronzers that I have ever used, and I like the fact that it can go totally sheer or build up to a really heavy contour. The other bronzer that I have been using is in this big blush palette from NARS. This was the Damarie palette over the holiday that came out over the holidays, and the bronzer in this is right here, and it is the Casino bronzer. I thought it would be too dark because it does look really, really dark, and I was using it to kind of contour just my cheeks, and surprisingly it works really well because, again, you can kind of build it up. So if you use just a little bit on the tip of your brush, it actually looks really, really natural. And this one also is not very orangey at all. It's very brown, and it also is matte. So I like that Casino bronzer a lot. I think I prefer it over the Laguna bronzer. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think it's a little bit orangier than the Casino one. The Casino one is very like chocolate brown. So I do like that bronzer too if you're looking for a nice matte brown bronzer. Moving on to some products for your eyes. Some of the shadows that I've been enjoying lately is the drugstore eyeshadow. They are the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows, and I know there's been a lot of hype about these because they're very similar to the Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill eyeshadows, or so they say. I don't own any of the Giorgio Armani ones, so I can't compare, but I do like these. This shade is an Iced Latte, and I have this shade to show you because this is the one I've been using pretty often this month. Just for a quick look, all I do is use my fingers to apply this to my lids, and then I'll use a brush and add like a matte brown color to the crease, and then, you know, eyeliner, and I'm done. I really like this color a lot. I have a whole bunch of these, and if you want me to show you all of them, swatch them, and review them, just let me know. I can do a separate video doing that for you. But I do recommend these eyeshadows. They're very, very nice. Your fingers are probably the best tool to use to apply these and to blend these. You don't even need a primer underneath them because they last throughout the day without creasing, even without a primer. So matte colors have been something that I've been sort of incorporating into my makeup routine and discovering. I love shimmery shadows, I love glittery shadows, satin finishes. I never was a huge fan of matte shadows because I thought they kind of aged me. They didn't look that great on me, but now I've been starting to realize the importance of them, because you don't want, when you have something so shimmery, especially with the Infallible shadows, I don't know where I put it, you don't want to add more shimmer to your eyes, like when you're trying to like define your eyes and everything, especially for like an everyday look. I picked up this quad by L'Oreal. It's one of their Studio Secrets quads, and this one's just called Neutrals, and it's just a quad of neutral browns, and these are all matte. So this is a nice highlighter color right here, and then they just go from light to dark. And although this quad is not like super pigmented, it's kind of got like a medium pigmentation. I really like that with these because since I do use them in the crease, they're just much easier to blend and to apply when they're just not like super pigmented, you know? I've been enjoying using this with a lot of different looks because, like I said, they're matte and it's just a very good go-to crease color. I recommend this quad, especially if you're looking for some matte colors. Now, another rediscovery for me this month has been the Lancome Hypnose Waterproof Mascara, and this is one of the only like one of two waterproof mascaras that I own. I don't own a lot of waterproof mascara. The reason being is it's just harder to remove at the end of the night and I'm lazy like that. But I've been using this almost every day because this mascara holds a curl like no mascara that I've ever used before in the past. I don't think I ever knew what curled lashes or lashes that have held a curl really meant until I used this mascara. I never realized how much my lashes drooped after I curled them and applied mascara until I used this. This is totally worth you know, the removal and everything at the end of the night, because the curler lasts all day and it looks just as good at the end of the day as when I just applied it. I was very, very surprised. So highly recommend this mascara. I think that's all I have for my favorites for February and March. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments about any of the products that I mentioned, please leave them in the comment section below and I will get to as soon as I can. If there's any other things that you want me to review more in detail or to talk about, also let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching. I really appreciate your time. Bye.